How's it going, everybody? Rybrad here today, and we are back with our Montreal Canadiens franchise mode. And in today's episode, we will be taking on the New York Islanders in the Eastern Conference Finals. But before we get started, some housekeeping items to take care of. Hop in the Discord down in the description. It's been awesome chatting with you guys. We've been playing different games. Hopefully, I'll live stream some of them. Speaking of live stream, I am now affiliated on Twitch, so go ahead and come join me at twitch.tv/Rybrad3097, also in the description. And there is no green screen this week, so you'll be able to see my basement for the week. So that's great. Hopefully it's not too distracting, and hopefully I can make sure that I'm not in the way. If I am, please leave a comment. But if you guys think we are going to win, let me know down in the comment section. Actually, let me know how many games you think this series is going to last and who the victor is going to be. You guys can go ahead and do that just after I go ahead and preview what the New York Islanders will be throwing at us, and then I'll show you what we have as well. So, if we take a quick look at the New York Islanders here, they have Miles Wood, a two-way forward there on their first line, with Matthew Barzal and Anders Lee, so that's a power forward, two-way forward playmaker. Barzal is 13, 10, and 11. Okay, so that's not bad. He's got a lot of penalty minutes, though. For a first line, that's a lot of penalty minutes. Then they've got Michael Del Cal, the sniper, Bukestad, the power forward, and Josh Williams, the two-way forward. That line's been okay. It's not been anything spectacular. David Perron, then, two-way forward. Anthony Beauvillier, two-way forward. And then Nicolas Baptiste, a power forward. So that's a big old minus. Hopefully, our third line can take advantage of that. And then Petri Layunin here. He's an 81. I'll show you guys real quick. He's a sniper. Medium top six sniper here for the fourth line. Alexi Sorella, 81, and Logan O'Connor, two-way forward sniper. It's been okay. Actually, you know, really the only line that's been detrimental to them, I shouldn't say detrimental, but their first line hasn't been as strong as you'd like to see a first line. They have a good second line. Their third line has been very weak, and their fourth line is, well, a fourth line. So, defensively, they've got Noah Dobson and Petr Pivko. Petr Pivko is a defensive defenseman taken in 2021. That would be now, this is the end of his ELC. Yes, there is the end of his ELC. So 3 years ago, very good growth from a defensive defenseman, but they're a -6 together. Two-way and defensive, so perhaps they don't fit the scheme. But their second pairing is Nick Leddy and Ryan Pulock. These two guys seem to work very well together and at least picking up the slack for what their first pairing is failing to do. +9 and +11 with 13 assists for Pulock. That is insane. Then we've got Bodie Wild and Christopher Nicholson. Nicholson is another medium elite defensive defenseman taken 4th overall. So as you can see, the New York Islanders, I think, I kind of remember them having a pick maybe that was really high? I don't know, but if this is actually their pick that was given to them by, you know, rules that they just have at the beginning, it's their pick, and they didn't trade for this pick. Wow. They've not had a good season, but now they're in the Eastern Conference Finals. Okay. Gotta watch out for those teams that turn it around in one season and get hot. And found our boy Carey Price. 3 years at nearly $6 million still for Carey Price. So he's finally off that $10 million contract, unless they were traded him and whoever. No, that doesn't look like half a retained salary. That definitely doesn't. Carey Price, where have you been since we traded you away? So there you go. You can see we traded him to New Jersey in the first season we were here at the deadline. He spent 3 more years in New Jersey, putting up, you know, good numbers, nothing spectacular, not worth his contract, before he went ahead and joined the New York Islanders, most likely in free agency, splitting time with Jonathan Quick. Wow, so they've just felt like throwing it back to the old days there with their goaltenders and scratched. Nobody really important. Okay. So those are their lines. Let's see how we're going to match up with them and how we might be able to break them down. So we got Taylor Hall, Kotkaniemi, and Bellows. Definitely better than their first line quite a bit. They don't even have a 90 on the whole team. Then we got Nikolai Ehlers, Max Domi, Cole Caulfield. Cole Caulfield should be able to probably... I hope he exploits the weakness that is their second line. If Cole Caulfield is unable to exploit the weakness of their second line, I'm going to be very sad. Then their second line is very good, but hopefully he gets matched up against their third. Speaking of third, we have a very good third line with Gallagher, Paling, and Foligno there. And then finally, 80 overall Teasdale, Lowry, and Suzuki, who have just been fine. You know, our third line has actually been okay. And then the second line, well, it's changed up a bit, but we know this first line absolutely bangs. Kiefer Bellows started off the playoffs so hot, really cooled off. Hopefully he goes ahead and gets a little bit hotter. Now, defensively, We have Victor Mete playing with John Klingberg, Bean with Ristolainen, and Muzzin with Juleson. So a little bit of a shuffling of the lines, trying to spread it out. As you can see, some of the plus minuses don't exactly match up. I'm pretty sure we had Mete and Bean playing together at one point. I decided to move Risto down there and Mete up, or perhaps we had Muzzin on the middle pairing. I can't remember, but all I know is that Ristolainen has definitely helped out the plus minus there on that second pairing with Bean, and Mete is going to get carried by Klingberg as he boosts him. So never thought I'd say Ristolainen carried the plus minus, but Braden Holtby, very, very good playoff so far. 923, 248, very solid. If he can keep that up, I have a suspicion that we will go ahead and get through this series as victors. But let me know what you guys think is going to happen. Edit your comment after the video. Don't cheat. Don't skip to the end. Let me know how many games you think we are going to win or lose in, and who's going to be the stud of the series. So let's go ahead, get into the series so you guys can see if your predictions are correct or wrong. Edit them afterwards. Let me know how close you were, how far off you were. First game here in Montreal. Let's go. I'm actually a little bit nervous right now, guys. First period. Yes, there we go. That's a great start. Putting my nerves a little bit at ease. Kotkaniemi and Taylor Hall on Carey Price. Carey Price's return to Montreal in the Eastern Conference Finals. There we go, 3-0. Jake Bean. I mean, it's not the first time he's been back, but this is definitely the most important time he's been back. And if we're going to just end this one, because we were up 3-0, Kiefer Bellows does finally get a goal, and Pulock continues his absolute just red-hot streak. He's now got 14 points in 15 games for them in the playoffs, so Pulock's doing all he can, but it's not enough. It's a 4-1 victory for your Montreal Canadiens in game number 1. Hopefully we can keep this going. Keep this momentum up. Vancouver, who would have thought Vancouver, Minnesota? I mean, I guess we are in year number 4, but still, it definitely would not have guessed that. All right, game number 2, let's go. Islanders, Montreal, in Montreal. Can we take a 2-0 series lead, get it off to a good start? Okay, 8-5, though, leads me to believe that we are, you know, have the better of the play in so far in this period. Second period, all that matters is the goals, and it is even. 15-14, and shots pretty even. Miles Wood on that first line, but Nikolai Ehlers on the second line. There we go. That must have been a good shot. Miles Wood on the back door there. All right, so let's hop into the third period here in Beauvilliers. As soon as it starts, we concede 2 right off the get-go. Within the first 2 minutes, we have dug ourselves a 2-goal deficit, and now we have a power play to try and get one back. We can't. We give them a power play, a rather long one. Oh my God, there's no chance we're coming back. With 5 minutes to go, we need to put in 2, 4 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute, and just not enough offense there. 3-1 final. We lose in game number 2. 3 stars have to be Carey Price. He played much better in his second game back. Maybe the nerves of the first game. Then in game number 2, he bounces back with a really strong performance. But I have a good feeling about this series as a whole. I think our team is, you know, we're not going to sweep every team, and I got to get out of that mindset. I've been, you know, in that mindset of if it's not a sweep, it's a bust, or if we're not winning 82 games a season, it's a bust. We're going to lose games, but we just got to bounce back with wins. Let's go. I don't want to turn it into consecutive losses. That Tampa Bay series was way too tight for my liking, but it was a tough team. I think the Islanders are worse than Tampa Bay. But first period, there we go. Nikolai Ehlers on the power play there. 9-8 in shots, so the power play is the only thing separating the two teams so far through one here in New York. Second period, and nothing is separating the teams now except for a couple shots in our favor. Anders Lee, even strength on Braden Holtby. Just under 2 minutes to go in that second period. Goes ahead and equalizes for the New York Islanders. First 5 minutes go off without a bang here in the third period. Very crucial one. Whoever wins this game is going to take the lead in the series, and that could prove to be pivotal. We get a power play. Can we make it count again? We can't. In 5 minutes, 4 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute, and no late heroes, but there is still time for someone to be a hero here in overtime. Let's go. Come on, we've got the talent, boys. Taylor Hall, somebody, one of my studs. And it is going to be Miles Wood again. 2-1 there for the Islanders, and we are just not scoring enough at all. It might be time, boys. Kiefer Bellows has been incredibly quiet. It might be time to bring this back. Bring back the, oh my God. Bring back the Hall, Kotkaniemi, Caulfield line that saw Caulfield on pace for 60, 70 goals. It's time to bring it back. We need to load up that top line. I'm not as afraid of their second line. And look at that. Vancouver's up 3-0 on the Minnesota Wild there. So pretty impressive on that. We just got to focus on our series as we are down 2-1. We really have to avoid going down 3-1, obviously. It's not over till it's over, but I'd much rather be tied 2-2 than down 3-1. First period sees nothing happen, but the shot's heavily in our favor. Oh God, don't tell me Carey Price is going to pull an absolute worldie out on us. Second period, and Taylor Hall scores. The first line does cash in, but we cannot keep the puck out of our net. Boys, it's time for us to unleash the offense. Carey Price has been insane. Power play for the Islanders, a long one. They get a ton of shots back there, but thank God Braden Holtby slams the door, but can't do it there. As 10:31, Nick Bukestad gets the Islanders up 2-1. Are you kidding me? We can't score whatsoever. 2 minutes to go. They get a power play. 30 seconds, and we are down 3-1 as we've gotten 3 straight games. With 81 overall, Agent Carey Price has allowed us to score, only given up 1 goal in 3 straight games. It's time to go a little bit crazy here. We're gonna go Caulfield there with Bellows, and then Hall with Domi and Ehlers. We're gonna give it a go. We're gonna see how it goes, but we need offense. It might be time to do that. That would be crazy. Jake Bean up there, the offensive defenseman, with the other offensive defenseman of John Klingberg. We just need offense, boys. We just need some offense. Muzzin there. We'll play Muzzin and Risto together. Muzzin even. Yeah, Mete was a -2. Okay, so we're doing okay, but we gotta go nuts here, boys. We're down 3-1 in the series. It's not over till it's over. Minnesota pulled one back over in the Western Conference, but man, we need to just get hot. We need to score, because 3 straight games of 1 goal for. We got to do better than that. We've got such a better offense, and it's not like they have that good of a defensive team. First period sees it 1-1. Caulfield on the power play, but Bartzell evens it at even strength. Second period, it's 3-1 now in favor of the New York Islanders. And come on. Let's go. Somebody step up and do something for us. Bodie Wild is, oh my God, it's absolutely embarrassing. I'm going to quick sim it. Doesn't even matter. Taylor Hall on Jonathan Quick. And that's all she wrote. 5 games. We lose to that team with 81 goalies in 5 games. My offense can't even score more than 2 goals at all. Oh, look at that. We scored 4 goals and then 1-1-1-2. How does that team keep us to 1 or 2 goals the entire time? I don't understand it. Our offense had such a... We didn't have anybody that really scores, and Taylor Hall's been incredibly disappointing. Yeah, he's putting up points, but... Man. Yeah, Taylor Hall with only 82. I'd like him to be a lot better than what he is. Maybe, is it time to move on from Taylor Hall? Is it time for us to build around Caulfield and Kotkaniemi? Kiefer Bellows could be on the first line too there. Get a guy for the second line. What a disappointing way to go, though, boys. 5 games, we lose. Not even close. Like, we could not get past Carey Price. Carey Price just emptied the entire tank to go ahead and just stuff us there in the playoffs. That's so frustrating when a team is so obviously shit and you just can't seem to beat them. We'll see who wins the Stanley Cup here. It's Vancouver versus the Islanders. The Islanders are up 3-2. 3-3. Who's going to win it? Game 7. And it is the Vancouver Canucks, so we don't even lose to the Stanley Cup champions, but they did go to 7. Vancouver, congratulations on your Stanley Cup title. Man, that's so sucky that we lost in 5 to the Islanders, a team like that. But I guess we move on from Montreal. Is it time for us to go? Have we taken them as far as we can go? Oh my God. 10-1, 9-2. Poor Vegas drops from 1-3. At least they stay in the top 3. But Detroit and Washington really get screwed here. Is it time for us to move on from Montreal? Is it time for a new series on the channel? I'm almost feeling it's time. Montreal, we're in season 4. We can go through a 5th season and kind of go all out for next season. Do whatever we can to get us a Stanley Cup. Well, while we have the opportunity. But we're heading into year number 5. Maybe a season more, maybe 2 more, or we stop here. You guys let me know what you want. It's just kind of getting demoralizing to lose to teams like that all the time. I have a couple teams in mind for a new series, but I don't want to overwhelm you guys with too many franchise modes on the channel. But that's all the time I have for this one. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see some more, and I will see you guys in the next one.